Hey, how's it going, guys? Crypto Vince here. We'll make a quick. I mean, and it's never quick, but we'll make a live stream, checking some altcoins, skipping Bitcoin. What he's doing. The live stream will start soon. I'm just gonna wait for you first. Okay. The link in the channel. Start soon. Waiting for
Alright. Maluma, baby.
I just had to say, oh la la, we should get acquainted like, oh my God, I don't speak your language, but hey mama, I don't need no translation, just come right here and make your body say it, yeah. Oh la la, don't know what to say, like a lollipop, yeah, that's how you taste, sweeter than what's in an ice cream truck. You a charmer, you give me good luck. Really no need to speak too much. Oh, but you made me say, don't know your name right now, but that needs to change right now. I saw you across the room, and I just had to say, oh la, we should get acquainted like, oh my God, I don't speak your language, but hey mama, I don't need no translation, just come right here and make your body say it, yeah. Hola, make your body say it. Hola, make your body say it.
Eres sabrosura pura. Mira qué linda figura. Modela a la orilla de la playa. Con su gafita Gucci nunca falla. Yeah. Te quiero conocer. Tell me what's your name. Vengo de Colombia, baby, if you wanna play. Te quiero conocer. Tell me what's your name. Vengo de Colombia, baby, if you wanna play.
Don't know your name right now, but that needs to change right now. Saw you across the room, and I just had to say,
Hola, quiero conocerte ya. Oh my God, aunque no me entiendas, bye.
hey mama, don't need no translation, just come right here and
See,
make
as
your
the
body say it, yeah. Hola, make your body say it. Hola, make your body say it. I don't speak your language, but girl, I love that fragrance. You with all that ass, yeah, so drop it in rotation.
Let's pause the music. Check microphone again, as always. Okay. Yeah, today I just wanted to discuss some altcoins and show you guys how how I approach those coins from scratch. Because pretty much we always have done BTC in those live streams. There's not too much to say about BTC, I guess. It's just there doing its thing. We talk a lot about BTC in the couple of days. We know we had this long-term scenario, which is like it's a long-term dream. This is the bullish wolf wave that I've discussed on Twitter, on my channel already. The fifth wave, just a few things about this wave. The fifth wave has to break down, has to fail, make a false breakout. So because this last channel maybe is not even complete yet, we can have another leg down. Honest. We could even go down to this horizontal resistance, and the wolf wave would still be in. We might have this leg down. then go from there. As you guys seen from the channel, the wolf wave has false break. Okay, so I didn't want to like spend too much time. Okay? This was my other prediction based on 2014. I mean, it's still kind of still working because, you know, there was this pennant they broke down, and the horizontal support that looks like the same scenario of 2014, and it's not actually it's not bad at all how it played out so far. And I said it's kind of retesting the support of triangle, so that's why for chances for us to go down more and continue this downtrend. But you know, we have lots of support at these levels, so we have to see. Nobody knows at this point what can happen. All right, so it's about Bitcoin, but would be cool if you could have a look at Sun contract. Sun contract. What kind of halt is that? I just wanted to discuss maybe the main altcoins. I didn't want to go like, because you know everyone can really like start to say, hey, can you chart this, can you chart that, can you chart this? You know, you guys know there are millions of altcoins, so I just wanted to like have a look. Let me see, CoinMarketCap, just from the beginning of CoinMarketCap, from number 1, and we go down. Let's check how things are looking, just to have an idea. Just yeah, I just wanted to show you how I analyze things. So keep Bitcoin. Let's go with Ethereum BTC, which is a chart that I take Bittrex because, you know, Binance, however you want to call it, is not that complete, right? Binance just old chart, but with if I analyze Bittrex, I can have pretty much all the chart. I like to, as you guys know, I like to chart Ethereum USD because I can, of course, cash out Ethereum to USD dollars. So that's nice to hedge my funds with that kind of pair. I go directly into USDT, and when market is garbage, I go on Binance and I try to trade those pairs that are directly paired with USDT, because I can make a few trades, some percentage, without me going into BTC and then cash out again. So if I have my USDT, I will just, you know, trade, let's say, Neo, Ethereum, ADA, and whatever is available in the USDT market. So I can just cash out quick in USD. Hello everyone. We're using platform as energy cost. Sun contract. If it's a new project, I have to take a look, you know, more carefully after. But what I was saying, you know, the only time I chart Ethereum BTC is to kind of predict an altcoin party, an altcoin season. And Ethereum BTC, it's very good for that. When Ethereum pumps in the paired with BTC, usually altcoins pump too. And You guys can see the pump that Ethereum had around August, and it crashed. And then there was a time when BTC started to crash, Ethereum started to pump very bad. I think 200%. Yeah, 200%. Yeah, this was a big move that I did by looking at this chart specifically. I move all my stack from BTC to Ethereum around December, so before the massive crash, and instead of losing lots of money, I literally gained 200%. That was probably one of my biggest trade of all the time because my portfolio was pretty much all BTC. And then when BTC reached, actually let's go check this date. It was December the 10th. December the 10th. So December the 10th, this level. Okay, so from this area, I sold my BTC to Ethereum because Ethereum just looked like wrecked at this level, and it was just a matter of time. It would have went up. Oh, let's check some indicator just quick. So I think I went by MACD. I love MACD. Oh, or it's very high. So if we check MACD, both charts, same day. so okay, so what we can see by looking at just MACD, well, BTC at this level, look how high MACD was, right? Look how high MACD was, like that's for sure. You guys can see huge selling indicator when MACD is so high. When we compared MACD at this level with Ethereum chart, when I bought here this level, so why I decided to buy Ethereum at that point, I mean, because it was so low, for sure, and it did how much? Crash, all time low, past 70. So if I'm not wrong, I think I bought. The main reason was because BTC was high, so I wanted to find some coin to hedge into, and the most safe one at the moment was Ethereum, and probably because these huge divergence. Right there, it was a huge bullish regular divergence to indicate a change in trend. just bought it at the cross here, and I just hold it. I remember I hold it so much, and I think I posted in the channel. I think lots of people followed the tip and make lots of gain. They didn't pretty much lose from the BTC crash, and they gain with this 200% BTC. Because the volume is very low. Second, why doesn't okay, 1 second, guys, let me check things here. Sound. Good. Oh, here we go. Sorry, this thing never like stays where it's supposed to be. How's the quality of the video? And I mean, the audio should be fine now, I hope, if it's not too high. Hello, try, hello. Better, thanks. Okay, the audio is it too high now? Okay, let me check this one. Okay, like that. And the video. Is the video quality pretty good? Alright, sorry about that. Linux doesn't save the settings, never. Every time I gotta do these things over and over again. Okay, so if you guys didn't understand, because the audio was very low, I was just saying that I bought it, I hedged my fund from BTC to Ethereum in December, and I bought because this huge regular divergence on Ethereum. Lots of people profit from this strategy, and the only reason again for me to check Ethereum BTC is because I like to see and to predict an altcoin season, so an altcoin pump. So let's go back to Ethereum. Let's check a few things here. I usually start from the weekly just to have a big idea what's going on. You guys can see stuff right away here. Volume like dropping like crazy. Never been this low. RSI. It's making these waves here. It's kind of a triangle pattern that I don't like those triangles. Like I like the resistance, but the supports they always fail. To be honest, there is not a nice support that I can trace. You know, I might trace this one, but it probably failed already if I connect those lows. But when I have this pattern with those big waves that go up and down and get smaller and smaller, the pattern always end up lowering down to horizontal supports. like this one is a pretty good high there that can act as a support. Okay, like that. So we have here, we have this one, we have 3. So we have 3 points, so it's already been tested. It's pretty, it can be a pretty strong support. Let's see the waves, how much they retraced. Well, if I consider the wave from here, of course it retraced pretty much 100% of this way. But if I consider this one, from the candle close, it's 78% drop. And if I take this other one, not considering the week, almost 78%. And then this one, sometimes I consider the week, sometimes not. It really depends. I kind of like, I try to match up my levels with the spikes, so that's how I consider Fibonacci great or not. Okay, I see the bounce. If I see 50% Fibonacci usually is acting as a good support, that means my Fibonacci is pretty good. Not that, you know, those one are really very important. You know, the most important one to trace is probably the last one, the one that I'm checking right now. You know, even though if I go a little bit higher, a little bit lower, yeah, there's some little change, but not that it matters too much at the moment. Okay, so this could be a good strong support. It's a very fucked up chart, as all the other charts that I see. So 50% is bouncing off 50% right now, which it's usually a good bounce. Let's go check a little bit closer. The daily. The problem is even here it bounced. Look how many times it bounced. Like it went up all the way, then it bounced 1, 2, 3, 4 times on the 50% Fibonacci before breaking down, making this flat bottom triangle here at this level. So when we identify triangles, and that's what we need to trade at the moment, trade inside patterns. If we are able to identify those huge patterns on the daily chart, we can, the trade that we can do are really short-term trades, buying at the support with high stop loss and sell some kind of a resistance level, or when indicator is high on moving averages and so on. Then of course, while we go, the triangle gets more shape, so we are able to identify when to sell a little bit better than, you know, when we're here, because we don't really know where the triangle is gonna go when we are at this level. And then of course, you know, at some point the triangle could either break down or break up. If the support is pretty strong, in that case would have went up. But in that case, strong support was not that strong, and it failed. And then, you know, when you want to sell, of course, or don't buy. So there is a risk involved when trading inside the triangles too, because, you know, when you buy a support something, you never know if it's really gonna bounce or not. So there's some risk involved. That's why it's good to trade with stop losses. Right now, it's not quite doing the same thing. This pattern, I've been checking this pattern, especially in Ethereum USD. It's a fucked up pattern. I really don't know what it's doing there. You know, can be a falling wedge, can be a channel, can be everything. Can be making the same triangle that kind of the same triangle that it was making before. It's really bad pattern at the moment. Check some indicators. So indicators are very low. Not that are at the real bottom. RSI is not even oversold yet. Just got a little bit oversold, but not crazy. No divergences that I can see. MACD is low, but it's below 0, but not that low. So again, what can we do here? We just gotta check if this support is strong. If it's strong, we can trade it. We can trade and see a little bounce. Oh, that's not that's not a trade. I mean, 5% trade if we really want to do it. I thought it was more. It looked like a little bit more on the 1-day chart. So I guess we have to wait and see for this pattern to complete. Volume, zero volume at this level. Look how he's getting flat on the support. Kind of following what BTC is doing pretty much, because BTC has been moving so much. So that's what Ethereum is doing. There was a little divergence here that already did this thing, you know, kind of. RSI was oversold. Not really like a very, not really a good one. If I can connect just the twos here, maybe. But you know, little divergences like this are not gonna give big outcomes. You know, if you were able to buy here, you would have made some shit profit, but 5% profit. But nothing crazy there. So nothing that I can really see in Ethereum BTC chart at the moment. Rather than check this 50% Fibonacci and see how that goes. Okay, Ripple, I guess I skipped that. Bitcoin Cash, I think I skipped that. EOS, BTC, that's a coin we can take a look at. I should use the coin I analyze in premium. I better skip this too. Litecoin. Let's go to Litecoin. BTC first. Bittrex. This coin. What a mess of a coin. Well, if I see right away, you know, the Bittrex chart, which is just the biggest one, probably you can see right away what I'm looking at. And what you guys see is probably head and shoulders, some kind of an head and shoulders, or a triple top. This can be a triple top pattern. This can be more head and shoulder. Could be a head and shoulder too, if you guys want. Head is not really too much bigger than the right shoulder, but that's what happened. And kind of happened here too. We have a nice neckline. And the two shoulders don't have to be the same height. So if we have a nice neckline, that's considered a good head and shoulder. That was a pretty good neckline there. And yeah, LTC might keep dropping compared to BTC for sure. No many resistance at this level. So we are on the 61% feeble, and we'll probably break down there. Wow, RSI is so low, that's insane. Wow. Okay, even being this low, it didn't do nothing. Zero. Like it went all the way up here and then start to drop again. So it doesn't look strong at all. So TC might drop, and if it starts dropping here, I will totally put my target on the next feeble. Right here where we have some more support. Right here, right? We have some more support at that level. And, you know, it failed here too. What it did previously. Previously, it did the same thing. It arrived 61%, it bounced, and then it failed. It went 78%. 78%, bounced back up to 61%. And false breakout the 78 and then pumped strong. So at 78% we had the LTC pump, and you know, it might happen again. I really like to see previous pattern in the chart. So if this support breaks down, we arrive here, I might start to play some money into LTC. You know, it's still one of the strongest coin, even though it's been quiet for long now. And I don't really want to go check other charts because, you know, short terms for LTC, they can be just tricky and you can buy and don't make any money at all. How much is that pump there? Like 7%. It's not even worth to take a look at. You know, even though there are some divergences, but I don't really like LTC at the moment. All right, let's go check another coin. LTC is boring as fuck. Stellar. Yeah, BTC. Bittrex. This is another one. This other chart is amazing. Well, I can totally see on first shot strong support right here. That's all I use my weekly, just to understand what's going on overall, and then and just put 1-2 lines and then go straight to the daily. What we got here? Kind of a falling wedge pattern. Falling wedge pattern. Just been tested a few times at the support, probably 3 times, which is good support. Bouncing off on the 78%. Might drop more. You know, a good buy would be if we breaks this level, but I would consider other resistances. Pretty much when I analyze all altcoins, you know, everything I see right away is drastically dropping volume of every single coin, as you guys can see here from the red cloud, dropping like crazy. And then everyone is in a kind of a, you know, downtrend, of course, but everyone is making some kind of pattern, you know, either a falling wedge or a huge bull flag pattern, which, you know, they're bullish indicators, but they're making those patterns in the big chart, so in the daily chart, so the coins can really drop more along this downtrend. The only way we can make money is buying at the support. You know, we never should trade against the trend, but you know, if we have to be bearish for a long time, well, we have to make some money. So of course the best way to profit from those trades is to have a risky trade at the support, buy at the support if you can find it, if you can find the support. So in this case, of course, more we go, less profit we make, right? Because of course it's easier to find a third support than a second one. But you know, don't forget the horizontal support, like how can I show you this? Like if we were here, like if we were here, of course, the top, you know, we can see right away an Elliott wave pattern. So I'm gonna be selling at some point at number 5. under 61% Fibonacci, right? So I just use my tool. I just, you know, that's a way it's it's a pretty crazy way to trace it. I just used it so long that I kind of can decide right away which wick I should skip and which wick I should not skip. In this case, how I trace my number 5, like how I want to get this number 5 target if I don't have it, like if I'm right here. So if I'm right here, I want to get that 5 target. Of course, you know, we can use a normal extension, trend-based Fibonacci extension, by checking the lowest point of the pump to the top and to the lowest point of the correction, which, you know, would be this point. In this case, we, you know, usually 78 or 100%, we'll almost get it, right? Right here. But my weird way to do it, which, you know, works for me, in the drop I always skip the lowest week. So those weeks are very deep. I used to skip those ones, and I select sometimes from the lowest point of the second candle, but because this candle was so long, don't ask me why, but I just do that. I consider the candle close. Then I go not to the candle close here, because this candle is higher than this one. So I consider the second week. So the highest candle closed, this one, this week. I don't go here because this candle closed higher than this one. I mean, there are lots of things when it comes for my Fibonacci extension. So you know, if you guys want, I can go through this this strategy that I use more carefully in another video. But if I go here, so let me put this one back. There's here, I hit here and I go back down to the candle, right? Usually my target would be 161% right here. That's how I do it, and that's how I've been very successful with targets. Because when we want to use, why I use this, because, you know, I always consider this this correction. In the other way, when I use my Fibonacci extension to connect 0, 1 and drop to 2, I don't really know which is 0, 1, 2. I mean, it can be this, or it could be the biggest one, right? It could be, I could trace from here, 0, 1, 2, and that the same target, as you can see, 61%, or I can trace this one from here and get the 78% target, and so on. So there are many ways if I use the Fibonacci extension correctly by using 0, 1, 2 strategy. But I just do 2, 1, bring back to 2, and I have my 161% Fibonacci. So I consider that right away. Yes, trend-based Fibonacci extension. Yes, that pretty much, to be honest, is just an upside down Fibonacci. But, you know, if I use the upside down Fibonacci, I really get confused. If I take an upside down Fibonacci, a normal tool from here to there, no, wait, let me check, from the second down to the candle, that's pretty much what it is. See? But it's upside down. You know, usually Fibonacci is traced from the bottom to the top. In this case, if you trace from the top to the bottom, you have the same Fibonacci that you will trace with my trend-based Fibonacci extension tool. but I just use this because I don't get confused. So I trace from the bottom here to the top of my candle and I go back down, and that would be a target. Now if I trace from the week, let's see what happens. If I select this week and I select this week and I go back down, it doesn't work. I mean, it works for the candle close, but not for the highest point of the week. But I changed this pretty much how I feel. I don't know to give the best explanation on how I use it. Let's see if I can make another example here. Like here, weeks are really long. So if I consider the same way I did before, which is the correction. So if we are right here, is that the cracking for anyone or too high? 1 second. That's because I yell too much. Okay, like this should be better. So what we did before, you know, if I have my my correction and I don't want to consider the dump, I want to consider just the candle close. So from the candle close to the top of the week this time, because this is the longest candle that close above, so I'm gonna consider this candle this time. I consider this and drop back down. I want to check my target at 100% and then 100% under 61%, right? So if I do that, I would have aimed the target, but I would have aimed even the week. See this week that touches under 61% and then drops. So that would have been my target. Of course, that's a really fast one, so I reached there right away. Then the most pressure and the most selling pressure at this point, you will have a 100% Fibonacci. That if I trace by not considering the week, getting the full candles, that's the target that I get. So this is my first target, under 61%, and then I would have 261% as the second target, and then a drop. I dropped to retest the support of 161%, as you guys see, right? So Fibonacci is a very good tool, when you want to buy back stuff and look for a retest. So as you guys see here, it hit my Fibonacci and then dropped down to the other Fibonacci and then went all the way up again. So that's the use of my Fibonacci. I'm still like kind of studying it, see how it works better in every scenario. Let's check this one, for example. Like this one, not too much weeks. This correction right here, if I trace the second candle, which is the longest, you see it closed lower than all the other ones, so I will consider this week to the top of this week and go back down. Let's see what we got. Well, we got, you know, if we want a target for this this one, where is it? See, 161 target reached. That was a good one, and then it dropped very fast. I mean, the 261 didn't really, I mean, he hit, but it went all the way up. Then we had 361% Fibonacci that nailed it, the chart. And that was a good one. And then it dropped all the way down. Then of course, you know, when you hear, you have to consider other stuff, you know, other indicators at that point in order to make your re-entry if you want, right? Like in this example, I can go to 4 hour. Oh, let me remove this. Actually, maybe I gotta go even closer because the 4 hour chart is not really telling me too much when I'm, you know, when I hit this target. MACD almost cross. That could be a good indicator of buy or holding, right? If MACD doesn't cross, you might not sell. You know, it's a good bounce of the moving average didn't cross, so you can kind of hold the coin. But if you go on 1 hour, for sure they crossed at that level. So of course, when you go look at shorter time frame, you will panic more and you will sell more often because lower time frames are more for shorter trades, right? So in this case, by looking at MACD, for example, I will buy and sell so many times if I consider the cross, right? If I'm able to identify this kind of channel, you can buy at the bottom, selling at the top by looking at MACD. So you would buy on the cross when the blue line crosses the yellow, and you would sell at the top when the blue crosses the yellow from above, right? And everyone, of course, the points of MACD, they will match with the highest point of the chart. Of course, in a little delay, right? You have to consider the delay because MACD is delayed. Like the cross that happened, of course, is a moving average. MACD is just two moving averages. So moving average is a delay indicator. It's a lagging indicator. That's the right word. So the cross will happen after the whole time high of this point, right? So as soon as you start to see some red candles, that's the cross will happen there, right? By looking at RSI, RSI is pretty much on point with the spikes, as you guys can see. So you guys can use RSI as a selling tool when you reach overbought area. But again, RSI is tricky to use because, especially in crypto, when it reach overbought area, the coin can really pump strong. People are holding the coin. So in this case, for example, you would have failed to sell. Now, most of the time you have to see both, because in this case, look at MACD. MACD, there is a bullish cross here. Let me show you the bullish cross. So this is a bullish cross because the blue is coming from below the yellow, right? And this is a bearish cross when the blue line cross the yellow from above, right? So tools. If I want to buy here and sell there based on 1 hour chart, and I want to take a look at RSI. Look at RSI, how high is right here, right? So in this case, as soon as RSI breaks, the coin can pump strong, and it did here. So when you have to sell, when you see probably a drop in RSI, and you reach a level. First of all, what I would do, let me see here. Oh. So I wait for the cross, and I buy after. I buy probably right here when I start to see the blue line and the yellow spreading apart. So I will buy at this level, right? So if I buy this level, I will buy right here, and I can check for patterns here. You know, that's, you know, there are so many things you can look when you make short trades on 1 hour chart. You know, there's like so many things to look at. I can connect highs, and when the high breaks here, you can place the buy right there already. This can be some kind of a pennant breaking. Then of course I will check the biggest time frame first, but you know, just to give you an idea, you know, how can you approach a trade. So I'm buying this trade because MACD is crossing and RSI is getting overbought, and for me it's a very good sign of buying when that happens. So if I buy here, when I'm gonna sell? When I'm gonna sell when RSI start to drop down, or when MACD is crossing at this level, right? So let's see. If I buy at this level, I had this candle rejection really fast, boom, and that's not a good sign already when we see a really big wick like that, the candle that closed in that way. So I might have probably closed the trade at 13% right here, just because let me see if I can connect a few lines here. No. In this case, I would have closed the trade when I see the bearish MACD. So I would probably close at this level right here. And RSI, to be honest, it's already dropping. So if you're able to catch that, you want to be less risky, you would sell. I would sell when RSI is dropping here. So two kind of options you got here to sell, two indicators that will tell you to sell, and you know, by using both or one indicator, you would made 10% at least. You know, even though if you sell all the way down here, still have made a 10% profit in this case. And then, you know, you wait for MACD that drops all the way down again, and you can place another entry. This is some kind of scalping trade. Maybe more short trade because it's like daily. Every day you make a trade. I don't really know the time frame of something that can be called scalping or not, but you know, that's my other entrance. Then there are other things involved, Elliott waves, Fibonacci retracement, and so on. In this case, the coin almost hit 50% retracement. Actually, if I want to close it here, 38% retracement, then it went all the way back up. Of course, what's the safest entry possible in this coin? Well, the safest is when it breaks all-time high of this pattern, right? So when it breaks here after a retest, remember that retest I always talk about. See this candle that broke? Lots of people might have bought at this level, but then the price drops. The stop loss get hit, and then the coins pump again. So always try to buy after retest. And if you buy here, well, the coins would have went very high, you would have sold this level here or at this level right here, right? Always consider the 1 hour chart. I'm not talking about longer time frame, because if I go longer time frame, trust me, I will hold the coin more compared to when I look at 1 hour chart, because 1 hour chart of course is a very short time frame, and this indicator made me sell more than looking at 4 hour chart, and I will make probably an example right now. So BTC going, is it bouncing? Is it really going for it? You know, I would sell right here when MACD is crossing, but look at RSI, how it stays overbought, and the coin pumps so much while RSI here keeps being high, right? Then when RSI start to go inside below 70, usually it's a selling point. You know, you would have sell right here, you would have made, if you bought the whole time high here, 25%. If you would have sold here, still 18% profit, right? And so on. But I just want to show how you don't sell if you look at the higher time frame. So 4 hour chart, this is what I see. Oh, 1 second. Shit, Bitcoin is going for real. This Bitcoin is fucking crazy. Anyways, let's finish this. Then let's go check BTC. Fucking nuts. Yeah, by looking at MACD at this point, you see where I had the cross, there's nothing. So if I would have bought a whole time high, I would have held the coin up to here. Up to here pretty much, see where the cross is. So if you would have bought a whole time high, I would have sold at the cross, I would have made 22% in this case. Okay, so always, you know, go around time frames to understand what's better. I always like, you know, higher time frame. If you can trade higher time frame rather than, you know, 30 minutes 15-minute chart, you can make a longer trades, more profitable trades without getting scared and without panicking. If you know, you go look at 15-minute chart in this range here, you will see like a million red candles. And look at Kinashi, how awesome he is right now. You see no red candles. So let's just let me show this. I don't know if it with candles would change. Probably it would. But if I buy, as soon as I see a green candle, okay, in a Kinashi candle, you can select from here, right? I would buy and sell as soon as I see a red candle. Okay, I make just with that indicator. Of course, it's an indicator that you have to add. As soon as I see a red cross, sell here. If I switch to normal candles, where I am now, normal candles, would I show you 2 red candles in between? So you would have seen this that close red, you would sell before. You would have sold before. I'm not good with those verbs in English. Would have sold. It's hard for me. Anyways, twice, you know, red candle here, and top, then the big candle that you sell in this case right now. But with the Kinashi, things change. Where am I? I lost my thing. Damn it. Anyways, you got the idea. Let me go back. Here I am. Yeah. You got the idea. If I put the Kinashi candles, I see those candles all green, and you don't panic too much. Of course, if I go closer, I will see red candles. So if I go 1 hour, you will see the red candles in this case. So but if I switch to normal candles, these things will be like full of red candles. So you know, that's my personal strategy when it comes to Ekinashi. Okay, let's go check BTC because he's pumping. Motherfucker. Pumping. All right, yeah, man, not bad, not bad. This is a pump that we kind of expected. I don't know if you guys remember. I traced. Let me see. Yeah, if we don't cross this level, we're still good to go. Actually, I've talked in the channel about this pump that could have happened, right? When I trace this flag here. I traced this kind of flag. I don't know if it was this or was a little bit more inclined, but I said that this level we could have seen another pump up to 6.8 and then drop again from there, and that's what actually happened. So we're still in this head and shoulder formation, inverse and the shoulder formation, but the neckline just need to be moved right here. That's all. Nothing crazy so far. At the end and shoulder now has to drop here. So this is still great in my eye. The upward channel that is making and needs to break. It's kind of this one at the moment, and I'm still expecting a drop from a drop of this thing, 50% of this way, or 61% to here or to here. Check indicators on the 1 hour. Just a spike, took a spike to reach the overbought area, so that's not nice. Switch to candles so we see where we at now. Yeah, that's not a pump that really excites me too much. Again, if we break the neckline, sure. If we break 680, we have to see this channel how works. Can be a false breakout of the neckline and just drop down. So nothing crazy so far. I actually look at the candles on the daily just to see how we're looking, and you know, so far nothing here. You know, we have to see how this candle close. Nothing that spike above that neckline. So 4 hours. volume, you know, just this candle, but volume's been dropping. Yeah, not too much to see, to be honest. And I can find that channel I was talking about in the channel. Let me see if I can find it quick. What is this one? Here we go. Here we go. Beautiful. This was the prediction. Not bad. Not bad. This was the prediction. Forward it. Okay, so 1 second, I'm just typing in the channel. Anyways, let's see how Binance react to this pump. Nothing to be honest. Nothing happened. You know, if altcoins would start to pump, you know, I would have been all right. You know, this spike means something, but not at all. Just to get some people wrecked. You know, probably everyone here was, and me too. I was expecting a drop because I was expecting a drop today, right? Because I would just what BTC was just too quiet, and you know, so everyone thinks about a drop. People place shorts, and boom, Bitcoin pumps. But this was predicted too, so it's kind of a mess, guys. It's really, we cannot really predict nothing at the moment until we break some important levels. You know, speculate on those little spikes of 200, 300 bucks. It's really, you know, it's really, I don't suggest to trade in this market, and that's it. You know, it just too much manipulated. Until we don't see money comes into the whole cryptocurrency world and institutional investor come into the play already. Sorry, again, we won't see nothing. Remember, those players that have been into the game for so long, they're laughing. You know, they sold already so high. They don't really care about what BTC is doing now. They're all out of the market. I talked with my premium user today. I sent a message. Remember, about 500 billion went out the market since the market cap reached all-time high. So the market was like 800 billion. Now we are at 260 billion. So that's 500 billion out. Who do you think cash out that money? Well, probably big players. Now we're just left with people greedy that want to make money with scalping and daily trading a massive market. That's not the way we like to do things. We like to enter trades that we are really comfortable with, and as I said in the channel, I can go sleep and be sleep with no anxiety in me, you know. If I have to enter a trade and just don't be comfortable and just set up stop loss and know that my stop loss might get hit 80% of the time, I'm not gonna enter the trade. Like, why enter a trade hoping for a profit when you know that your stop loss might get hit and you keep losing this 5%, 5%, 10%, 5%, 5%, then at some point they accumulate and it becomes a bad trade at the end, right? So my way to do things now, if I can identify a channel, I trade inside the channel. I trade 5 minutes, I'm out. And again, I trade USDT pair if I can, because I can be quick. I don't have to buy BTC, right? I just buy the coin, make your trade, make your 5%, 10%, and you're happy with it. You trade when you think BTC is gonna go up, not when BTC is gonna go down. That's hard, of course, to predict too, right? But you know, in this case, probably I would stop all the trading because BTC might go down from here, right? If it doesn't break this level. If it breaks, well, everything changes. So this inverse head and shoulder doesn't mean shit if this candle breaks this level, okay? Again, TA at the moment, you know, helps us to kind of be safe. It doesn't help us to really find good entries because, you know, the charts are what they are. They're a mess. Okay, so I keep updating on BTC, trying to see things. Try, of course. Now would be a nice short, to be honest, and another short from 6.8 down to 6.2 again. You know, if we think the head and shoulder pattern works. The head and shoulder is right here. Head and shoulder tool. Just trace it. That. Oh. The computer is going crazy. My laptop can take 3 monitors with the hub I bought. And it ran smooth, and I've been working with my laptop. You know, it's a pretty good laptop. Connect with 3 monitors. It has like 2 video cards. But when I do the YouTube live streaming, it starts to like do weird stuff. Well, we were talking about altcoins, and then Bitcoin just had this spike and we fucked up everything, so what are the coins? What you guys want to look at? Some coin that you guys like? No weird stuff, just big coins, please. Omisego, Mary was talking about. Let's see Omisego, what we got here. Well, the first part looks like shit. One chain, that fucking coin. Okay, let's do Omisego first. Volume, nice volume. Okay, weekly chart just to identify two lines. You know, I use it. You know, we see right away this is a good strong support, right? That can be, you know, support can be a good buy. Then what is doing? Huh. This failed. This failed. This was some kind of a channel that failed. Drop on support. So this support is good for sure. I like this support, even though it failed here. You see some Fibonacci 50% retracement, and we had the nice pump. So we are still probably a 50% retracement if we have to consider this one. So in this case, 61% retracement. Saknek as a good support. I don't have too much experience. Like in cryptocurrency, I didn't trade too many broadening wedges, but this looks like one. Let me check what kind of broadening wedge that is. Maybe ascending broadening wedge. See if I can find one. So it's a broadening wedge with a flat bottom. What I'm looking for here is this. Just want to show you. Is something like this. Okay, this is the pattern I'm looking at. Let me see if I can find a chart or something. Ascending broadening wedge. Because those ones, they're really weird. They're like pretty much like triangles, you know. They might break if the support is strong. They might not break if it's weak. Sorry, if support is strong, might not break. If support is weak, they might break down. So let's see, 70%. Right angled broadening wedge. So we may ask Lisa to study the broadening wedge more. Yeah, there are different charts here that I have to go study the pattern more, because by looking at just the picture I cannot have a good idea. So I cannot make a prediction by looking in this pattern. Like for example, this one, it's flat and it breaks down. This one comes from a bullish trend, is flat, breaks up. Usually looks like it follows the trend. So if the trend is bullish, it breaks up bullish, and vice versa. Running wedge. I cannot find a flat one. Flat bottom. Maybe it doesn't exist. Here. No. Anyways, I will just go if support is strong. Like that's what I'm looking at right now. This one right here. So if this support is strong, we might see a bounce from there. Let's go check closer and see some other things. Daily. Moku Cloud doesn't tell us too much on a daily. RSI not looking good. MACD not looking good. Chart is full of wicks, like insane wicks. Well, for sure, until it doesn't break here, the red one, I'm not even thinking about buying it. So if it keeps going down this trend, that's not gonna be a good buy, OMG. Some kind of a double bottom on the support. But it might just hit here and then go back down. Let's see what you guys saying. Sorry. Where my favorite Italian boy? Hey, Lucio Luki, right? I've been looking at charts so much. It's not even funny anymore. It's just a mess. And then, to be honest, when you trade with fear that everything is gonna crash without confidence, is not gonna help. And you know, we're allowed to have fear in this crazy market. Wow, it's 8 p.m. Damn. one chain for Boris. Let's see what happened here. One chain, I kind of identify falling wedge pattern that broke, but you know, then start to go down, and I kind of decided to trade it as a channel. So this was a nice falling wedge that broke, didn't quite retest, so it kept going down, and I just traced the channel, and maybe it's working in this channel here. This can be a channel with two false breakouts or a bigger one. Again, he broke the support, all-time low support here, so that's bad. Tried to break up, but he didn't make it. That's why he's crashing a little bit more. Oh, she told me already. Thank you. I get that a lot. So it doesn't surprise me anymore. That's what Canadians say here. Oh, you have a cute accent. I'm like, oh, thank you. And they say, oh, really? I never heard that. I appreciate. Bullpen, bearish panel for one chain. Mado. So one chain. Where is the tools here? One chain is not looking good. If he breaks this thing down, we go down, you know. Just chart look like shit. Since the biggest coin ever broke lowest support, I just like, holy shit, this thing is turning bad. Like ion support was massive, and then it just broke down. See, 1 day chart. Like one chain had a nice support. This coin is a bomb, it's a monster. You just broke so hard. That's what I'm talking about when I say, you know, every coin is making a flag or a channel downtrend, and we can like profit a little bit from those channels if we are able to find them. Like that's a 39%. That's a huge profit. So we need to look for those RSI here, those super oversold RSI in the daily chart, and trade those. Those fucking indicators cannot go low forever. And I have this TDST for RSI, which signals me the candle 13. In this case, you know, when I see candle 13 red in row, well, that's a good buy right there. don't know if you guys see it. See 13, the 13. That's a good buy. Let me see if I put normal candles. Does it change? Yeah, it changes. Haha. All right. That's something else. You see, that's something else Ekinashi might help. After 13 candles, red, I buy. So I would buy here, and if I buy here, I would have made some profit, 20%. Even though he dumped a little bit more too. But that can be another indicator. I don't know if it works every time. I didn't really did too many trades with it, but it's a new thing that I put on my charts. Like for example, here we have another 13. We bought at this level, right on the 13 candle. But what is this 13 though? Wait, it's not 13 red candles. Why is this 13 here? I gotta check this out, because this looks logical, but not the other one. There's another 13 here. Candles. I consider the normal candles, I think. Some traders you know, like love to trade the 9 candles. So if there is 9 candle that drop, they would buy here and they make profit sometimes. If they buy here, they will make what, 20% profit, right? If you buy in the 9th candle. So usually when you see number 9 on the TD sequential, you will see a little spike most of the time, or even around 8. 8 is it's a good number too. If you see this, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we have a nice pump. Let's see on BTC how this works. Bitstamp. Yeah, that's one. That's the one. So they change, huh? When I move Ekinashi to the other candle, they just it's a different count. Again, I'm not a candlestick or you know, I don't trade candles that much, but you know, it's something to to take in consideration. As you guys can see now, by the Ekinashi candles, look, we have number 9, right? So maybe we really dropped from here, right? Oh, thank you, Mary. See, number 9 on Ekinashi count, TD sequential, we have a nice candle that's been like marked in red, not because it is red, I think, but just because the indicator makes it red. It's a shiny red. I don't know if you guys can see from the screen. If I put normal candles, let's see what happens. No, nothing. Like, normal candles tell you shit. No, it's not true. Don't tell shit, because every candle here means something, you know, so you can go by the candles to make a prediction. But I still like my Ekinashi. I still love it. When you see a green, like when you see lots of red candles and candles get smaller, and they all close all below the other, pretty much, as you guys can see here, right? They all close all below the others. We see so many red candles. Then there is a candle that closed like almost a doji, like here too, and close above the other candles. Usually it's a good reversal point, in my opinion. Me that I use Ekinashi a lot. Then when I see the green candle that close, fuck, I buy it. I buy it because most of the time we see lots of green candles in this direction. Of course, you know, this has to be a strategy to be used with all other indicators and other tools you got. You know, never just, you know, focus on this strategy by yourself, but in this case, look at the TD sequential. Look at this one. Red, doji, and we had a pump. You know, it was not a strong one, but the number TD sequential 9 candle closed like a doji, and if you bought it here, you would have made fucking 11% on a long position leverage. That's money. Then it dropped again. Then, you know, of course, here we cannot see too many red candles, so it's hard to understand the 3D sequential what BTC is gonna do. But again, guys, I love Ekinashi. Look at here, red, doji, boom, we go up. Like, I will wait for the doji, then the green candle that close green, and then I buy it, right? It doesn't fail too many times, you know, and then, you know, I can see the waves again. You know, that helps me so much to identify the waves. You guys can see here the Elliott wave right away. If you guys don't see it, let me chart it. It just connect green and red, boom, Elliott wave, magic. Then I connect the green and red and ABC, boom, and then go home. Man, this is a weird one. Maybe this one. I gotta skip few one. That was an Elliott wave. Anyways, yeah, I think I'm gonna close here. I'm tired. I don't know, any other question, like what chart you guys want? When available rather than BTC pair. So we always trade USD pairs when available rather than BTC pair.
No. I just do USDT. I trade USDT pairs when the market is shit, and I don't really want to own any BTC because I think BTC might drop. So in that case, I'm just gonna trade in USDT market, right? Why I have to buy BTC to buy a coin and then go back to BTC and sell back to USDT? I just do USDT to a coin if there is a pair, and I can make some money from there. Or I just speculate on BTC with leverage, margin trading, or I mean, the strategy of accumulating coins at low support is not really working because even low support fail. So that's not a good strategy at the moment. But when the market is so shit, I just try to chart a USDT pair and just do few percentages. I swear 5%, 10%, the most, and I go a little bit more heavy on those trades. But lately I didn't really see too much, to be honest. So even USDT pairs would kind of like screw up a little bit. What USDT is doing here? Neo is Neo doing in USDT? See, Neo looks prime in USDT chart. It looks really good. As a channel, it's still a channel. It's low, like it's a coin to be worth to accumulate. So still in this channel, which is a good formation, right? It's a bullish channel, so if it breaks, of course it's a good buy. RSI, it's already high. When I saw the chart like this, I thought RSI was gonna be a little bit more low, but then I put this and it doesn't look great, even though the volume, it's look how much volume we had at the end of the chart. So that's a good indicator right here. And if we have to take a look closer, when do you ABCDE pattern? So ABCDE pattern, they work when we have a correction that happens in a triangle, in a pennant, or in a wedge too sometimes. Let me think if I have an example. What was that coin? Maybe Sun. What is Sun more? No, it wasn't Sun. Let me remember. I have an example. BTRX. Let me see. Try to find an example.
Vince! Hey. I'm live. That's not Italian, bro. Well, I'm live on YouTube. One sec. I come. So that can happen in Elliott waves, and if we, let's see, for example, now I'm just try to find some stuff. So if I think this might be an Elliott, right, and it can keep going, let's say, usually Elliott wave that we have a little Elliott inside, so in every leg we might find some other Elliott, right? So for example, right here I can see a little one, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and then this pattern might either do an ABC correction. So in this case a little ABC correction happened, and the ABC correction probably was this one, right? A little bit an ABC correction, or it can make a bigger correction if it's forming a pennant. In this case, the pennant is forming at this level, right there. If I make it big, you can see better the pennant, right? Well, I didn't trace this pretty good, but in this case we would have the ABCD correction you asked for. So you always trace the correction from the top, right? You don't, the correction starts from here, right? The correction starts from here. So that's my 0. Oh, 0, A, B, C, D, E, and then it goes again. Then the pattern really makes like a million waves. So some other Elliott that don't really correct, that can happen in this case, right? Then we have A, B, C. It's kind of an A, B, C. Actually, from here I can make another little one. A, B, C. This is another little pennant, or maybe if we go close, we might see that pattern again, A, B, C, D, E, not sure. But usually instead of forming this A, B, C, where C is higher than the A, usually they do D and E, and they then go up. To be accumulation correlation path, usually symmetrical triangle. Yeah, usually symmetrical triangle, or can even be can even be a falling wedge. Actually, symmetrical triangle really works really precise. Falling wedges, so and so. You can still see the waves, but the count ABCD usually doesn't work. It's like another fucked up count. And those are called Elliott triangle correction, ABCDE. It's a symmetrical triangle correction. It can happen though even on a flat bottom and a flat top triangle. So it's mainly for triangles. I try to see them when I see falling wedges or channels, but in those patterns, ABC correction works better. All right, DC, thank you so much. You always the best, because you always follow me for all 2 hours long live that I did. Thank you. Yeah, Lucky, so that's my answer for the symmetrical triangles. Like this can be another one. B, C, D, E, A, B, oh. A, B, C, D, E, boom. What? TRX, TRX, look at it, TRX. You guys remember I just talked about the what's called the divergence on the channel? Well, it just broke. So I mean, not a good profit. 3% so far. It might keep going. It might keep going. There's some volume. So that was the divergence I just posted on the channel right here. Bullish divergence, right there, and even on MACD. I like this divergence because it kind of follows my idea of the harmonic pattern, and I traced the other day this beautiful harmonic pattern. What is it? What is it? By the way, if I have to do something in my life that makes time go away, I will do crypto. Because I can't believe I've been fucking talking for 2 hours. Anyways, I trace my pattern with candles. Look how hard it is to identify things when you use normal candles. I don't know if you guys, you know, can see better than me, but in my opinion, I can see stuff way better with Ekinashi candles. And you see here, I see some green candles that don't mean nothing. Like, until I see a candle turning green in Ekinashi, and that's when I really would like to enter the trade. See here, right? This green candle that shows up here comes from, you know, a little bearish trend channel, whatever it is. Then I see green candles. I buy this until I sell, until I don't see. I don't sell until I don't see a red candle. But if I put my candles, you know, I would sell probably here already, and some other occasion if I see some doji and hammer that I don't really like. Anyways, I was talking about the harmonic pattern. Harmonic pattern, 50% retracement, beautiful, right? 49, 58, you know, it doesn't have to be right on. Then it goes up here, 85, and usually has to be kind of 88, so that's amazing. And then here has to be 88, okay? Those numbers, what are those numbers? Those numbers are Fibonacci levels, right? Pretty much. So if I trace the Fibonacci of XA, you know, that lays down on 50%. That's what my harmonic tells me, right? 50% right there, okay? Then the C is like an extension of AB, or a correction. It's 88 correction, yeah. So if I trace a correction from A to B, so A to B, how much it corrects upwards, it corrects, I can trace an inverse Fibonacci, it will correct 88 of this pattern, right? And then 88, I think, is the overall Fibonacci here. If I trace 88, that's the number I get. So to be honest, that's a good pattern. Let me show you harmonic patterns cheat sheet. I had to be careful to say sheet because with my accent I can say shit very often. So this is the chart that I use to identify, to have an idea, because you know they're pretty similar. Like look, the bullish crab compared to the butterfly. The only change is this AB can retrace from 38 to 61, so it can retrace, has to retrace at least 38, maximum 61, but the butterfly has to retrace 78%, and then things change. Then you know you see the Gartley, it's maybe similar to the bat. Actually, this is the chart, the pattern we're looking at. The bat or is a Gartley? So probably it's a bat because it retraces 50%, while the Gartley usually retraces 61%. So because this A and C before, first of all, C is below A, right? So that's what identifies those harmonic. Then if C is higher than the A, it's a different harmonic. It's not this one, but it is a cipher. But every time C is lower than A, we can identify the harmonic pattern between those one: the crab, the bat, the butterfly, and the Gartley. This retraces 50%. That's how our TRX pattern did, and D in that case should retrace 88% Fibonacci, not 78. Otherwise, it would have been a Gartley in that case. So bullish bat, that's right here. You know, it doesn't really looks great in my eye. Look at RSI, fucking bottom down. We've seen the little divergence. That was not crazy, but there was something. We have probably a massive falling wedge, right? Which is this one. So guess what? TRX looks great. Okay. TRX looks great. Where he has to go? Okay. Anyways, I gotta go eat. My roommate cooked for me. It doesn't happen often, so I gotta go now. Hopefully you guys learn a few things. You know, not really calls I could make. You know, I'm just trying to share my knowledge and show you guys how I do things, how I see things, and how I interpret charts. And you know, this is the way I've been successful with, and that's what I want you guys to learn too. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys soon. I spoke for 2 hours, and thank you so much. Follow me on Twitter. You can click like on the video. I don't know if you guys can do on the live video, but I will appreciate. Thank you so much, guys, and talk to you soon. Bye bye.